Pull these ones down.
See, I feel like it's one of those child seats or whatever it is. Full harness, everything. Let's take the Z for a rip.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now this one, as promised, is a little bit different. This is a friend of mine's bumper. It's from a 370Z. It's an Nismo V1. I'm going to be showing you how you can prep and paint your own bumper if you don't have a big budget. And then I'm going to be using some basic tools that you can find if you're in the States in Harbor Freight, and if you're in Canada in Princess Auto. They're very useful, very affordable. And then, as we can see, there's a little bit of body work that's been done on this bumper, but it looks good to me. I'm just going to be prepping it and then priming it and painting it, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. Alright guys, so some of the basic tools that you can use for this job is a red scuff pad or a gray scuff pad, but the red one will work better because we need it to be a little more aggressive. And then a sandpaper. This is 400 grit. If you're not too comfortable with 400 grit, you could use a 600 and then finish up with 800. You don't have to, but it's good depending on the color you're going with. Or if you want to step it up a little bit, you could use a DA sander. Now you can buy some cheap ones that are electric, and then it will make your life easier, but you cannot use them over the tight corners and everything because it will burn through the paint like what happened here. So you don't want that. Another tool that I found very useful is this rubber wheel, which is an eraser. What it works for best is the double-sided tape, and if you want to remove it, it clears it out no problem. As long as you go slow, don't rush it too fast. Do not lubricate it because that will create heat. Take your time with it, and then it removes this tape, and usually you should be fine. And make sure you use it slow. Do not use it fast or it will burn through the paint. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be sanding this a little bit to smooth it out. What you don't want to do is wet sand. You don't want to wet sand over top of this because any body filler will be absorbing moisture underneath it, and that will cause problems later. So wherever you do your body work, do dry sanding, and then even if you want to do wet sanding at other areas, make sure no water gets to here. Now this bumper has been painted actually at least 3 times before because there is 1 layer of paint, second, third, and then there's the raw plastic underneath. So you don't want that either. That's not good to see.
So cliche, I see the sparks you throw my way. I know your name is written on everyone's mind.
Okay guys, so as far as we see the DA sanding went, it went amazing. It's mostly matte finish, and this is the surface that you want. Now stuff like this I'll have to touch up with the sandpaper and everything. It's very easy. As long as you have a surface like this, spots like that I'm gonna touch up because this will show through your paint. I have a little bit of a glazing putty that I could touch this up with it, and then I'll prime on top. And I'll show you how to do that too. But this is just some waxing greaser remover. We want to make sure there's no dust or anything so this can catch properly to it. Now this is some the stuff that Bondo makes. Honestly, if you use it properly, it will give you no issues. I don't care what anybody says, I've never had an issue with it. As long as you're laying a very thin layer, and you let it dry properly. There is better stuff out there, but you know, I'm not sponsored or anything, so I'm only telling you the truth. Now, as you can see, I only laid it a little bit. I'm trying to get the camera closer so you can see. But this is only a tiny bit that I laid, just enough to cover up that, whatever it was. It's like a deep scratch or something. And then I'm gonna sand it down. And it's gonna be ready for primer. Now this stuff does say that you could paint right on top of it, but I don't wanna risk it or anything. I'll prime on top, and then that way we don't even have any issues with the color when it lays down, so yeah. All right, so now I prepped all the bumper. We're ready to sand this spot. I was gonna do it off the camera, but I'm like, well, might as well show you guys how I do it. You don't wanna go too rough with it, and I laid pretty thin, so it should be pretty quick. This stuff does make a little bit of mess, so you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Oh, by the way, the one thing I could give you a tip at, don't buy cheap cans, no matter how good they're advertised from, you know, local stores and stuff. What you want to do is go to a body shop supply or like your local paint supplier or whatever. Ask them for a good brand of primer with a can. I personally don't like the can primers at all, but there are some that work decent, so yeah. So now that we got it all cleaned up, basically I'm ready to prime it. I'm gonna be masking some of this grill so we don't get any overspray on it. But yeah, see some of this is just some of the residue drying from the wax and grease remover. But yeah, this stuff is usually safe on body fillers and stuff because it does evaporate, but you wanna wipe it, don't let it soak in there. And you wanna use the most, like, don't use an abrasive thinner on there or anything. This is just a final wipe. But yeah. Alright guys, I just laid down the first coat of primer. It's looking amazing. So, someone came to visit, so we're gonna go open up the door and see what it is. Came in to visit today. I was laying the primer and I heard some music blasting. I was like, yeah, I have a pretty good idea who it is. I mean, I laid down the first coat of primer and it's looking really, really, really good. So it's gonna get sanded. This can was spraying some dry spots for some reason. As you know, with primer, you sand it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah. She's looking good.
If it messes it up, don't record it. I will close down my YouTube channel. That's a really dark color.
You don't want to switch to it?
No. Why, you want to kill us?
Gotta breathe.
Well, not much of a thing wondering what the overs for outside, right?
The what?
The overs for outside.
Alright, so base coat is done. I just gotta apply some clear coat to it and then it's gonna look really nice. So far it's beautiful, and that's 3 coats of paint or base coat.
I'll be lucky to catch one more of those dead.
Whoa, so what do you guys think? I don't know, like, for a quick job? Guys, if you prep properly, you'll get something like this. It has a lot of dust in it, and I could do it 10 times better than this, but you know what? Not bad.
For someone who doesn't care how it looks.
Wow. Wow, okay. That's Skyline people.
Said the owner.
Skyline people be like that. Yeah, we're seeing the beast right here. This is the one that we did the bumper on, so let's check her out a little bit. We're having a car meet right here. Damn!
These ones down.
See, I feel like it's one of those child seats or whatever it is. Full harness, everything. Let's take the Z for a rip.
Let's do it.
The what?
Just change the map.
Oh, which one did you put?
Just 94.
Ah.
Sway bars.
Oh yeah, she's tight.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I gotta check this out. So how does that work?
So basically, it just flips the throttle for you. So I'm in fourth right now. Third. Second.
No way.
Second. Third. Second.
So you're telling me I should get a Z after the G?
It feels like cheating almost.
Oh my god, that's awesome. So guys, this guy right here is trying to make me get a Z. Like, this thing is amazing, especially like the experience with those tight real bucket seats and the harness and everything. It makes me want to get like some different seats, even though I have the sport ones. Like, it's just a total different experience.